So how do you make weight loss easier and fun? Believe it or not, I'm going to give you 5 ways that you can do that starting today. But first, let me introduce myself. I am Julie Pekarsky. I am a registered holistic nutritionist and a weight loss coach for women. I help women that are headed into their 40s and beyond redefine weight loss so that they can lose weight and get stronger at the same time. Now listen, I get it. The idea of weight loss can make you feel like it's a daunting task. Like a lot of people, you literally have to gather up the courage, muster it up to actually take the step to start. You might also think that the whole process requires you to give up something, to sacrifice something like your favorite foods to reach your goal. But as someone who recently embarked on a weight loss journey myself and lost 10 pounds and who actually coaches women to do the same, I think that the process of weight loss doesn't have to feel like it's a hard struggle. Before I get into some tangible, actionable strategies that you can take and habits to start to form, we have to start first to rethink weight loss. I believe this to be a really key piece to related to your health, whether it be losing weight, building strength, aging well, whatever it may be for you, creating healthier habits for you, for your family. The habits are actually secondary. I want you to really think about this, because when you have a moment when you feel not so motivated, it's not the habits that are actually going to pick you up when you're halfway through the bag of cookies or the chips or the popcorn. It's not the habits that are going to do that. So depending on the woman, I look at this in a couple of ways. So this is your first strategy that really is more of a mindset shift. You have to know your why when you are looking at making any changes in your health in the first place. And actually, you can really apply to this to any aspect of life where you're just trying to make changes for the better. You have to really dial it down. And this is probably the reason why a lot of women do give up, because you need the driving force to get you there. The habits are irrelevant. You can change the environment, you can change the habits, but they are irrelevant if you don't know what's pulling you there, what's going to get you up in the morning. I will share mine, a few of them. I do not want to live in pain, suffer really from any illness that is going to have me down and out. So a lot of it for me is just preventative and becoming a stronger person physically and mentally. Here's the other one. I want to look good in my 40s and beyond. I'm highly motivated to look good in my jeans, and there is nothing wrong with that. In fact, I think there's, of course, a direct relation to long-term health. If you have strong glutes, strong legs, a lean waistline, those are all metabolically healthy. So there's nothing with desiring that. And speaking of desire, I want to be with my man for as long as I can in a loving, super hot relationship. So these are mine. They're just a few of yours. Now your turn. Really take some time to think about this, write it down, go back to it. Ultimately, this is what's actually going to drive you. Now, I want to say something special and unique for women in their 40s and really even women into your 30s that are headed, in that direction, is that you actually have to start looking at your health completely different. This is huge, because what worked in your 20s and maybe even in your early 30s is no longer going to serve you as you head into your 40s and so on and so forth. You get to spend, this is the beauty of it, you get to spend this time redefining the next stage of your life, which to me is super empowering, super exciting. So start to rethink that. Second one, the last one before we get into the tangible things, is that you are going to have moments in your journey when things don't go perfectly, when you don't have the perfect meal, when you don't have the perfect day of eating habits, or maybe, let's say if you're tracking your food, you ate too much fat and too little protein and you're starting to feel bad about it. There's days where the scale doesn't move, or maybe it moves in the opposite direction, which is very, very common in a weight loss program. Once you determine your why, the next thing that you need to do is have a plan on when the shit hits the fan, or when you need to bounce back from adversity or a setback, or when things are not going as exactly as you planned. You literally have to mentally prepare for those moments, because those moments are going to happen, guaranteed. I have 3 actionable, tangible steps for you to start taking that's going to also make weight loss a whole lot easier to sustain, makes it sustainable, and can be fun along the way. People overcomplicate weight loss, and the thing that they complicate the most is what they're eating. Here's what I do, and I have some flexibility with this because I do work from home, but when I worked full time in a career, it was certainly not the case. And one of the things that I did was I made the same meals each week, or at the very least, the meals that are were the most challenging for me, and in your case for you, to get ready. This allows for time freedom, and quite frankly, it's just way less overwhelming. For example, my husband only has 2 types of breakfasts during the work week, and even it kind of goes into the weekend too as well. And they are a smoothie, a very high protein smoothie, or 3 eggs and a piece of toast, or 2, depending on his workout. That's it. That's all he has Monday through Friday, every single day. For most people, breakfast tends to be the hardest. Grab a smoothie and maybe switch up the ingredients every week. Make some egg muffins in batch and keep them in the fridge or the freezer. Store them away. Then the next week you can maybe adapt those 2 recipes or create some new ones. But what I like to do is have a bank of 5 recipes for breakfast, 5 for lunch, and even for dinner too as well. We tend to eat sort of the same things, and we just might switch it up. Have those recipes in a bank and prepared so that you can just pull on them when you need to. Step number 3, which is incorporating the foods that you love into your plan. And one of the things that I like to do with clients is what I call the rule of 20. And I give you a second, grab a pen and paper, because you're going to want to write these down. Okay. Pick 3 of your generally healthy foods that you enjoy in the following food groups: protein, fat, and so from fat, we're thinking like avocado, peanut butter, dark chocolate. 3rd one is vegetables. 4th one is starch, so that would be potatoes, bread, pasta. Next one would be dairy, if that's in what you eat, so yogurt, for example, is a great one. And then the last one, almost last one, is fruit. Pick 3 out of those groups. And then at the end, 19 and 20, number 19 and 20, is you're picking 2 of your favorite foods, indulgent, fun, yummy foods, whatever you like. And what you want to do is build those foods, 1, into your shopping list, and 2, obviously, into your set of 5 meals that you're going to have on, or 5 recipes that you're going to have on repeat. Or you can just pull them in as needed. Makes shopping less overwhelming. It makes you feel like it's sustainable, because you are incorporating some of the foods that you love, and you're not excluding everything into your life. What is really key when you're using a food tracker, and again, this is when you're in like a fat loss phase in particular, is that you can then incorporate those 2 fun, yummy foods into your tracker so that you can plan for them. The second last tip that I give is sort of in combination with this, is that pre-populating your meals into your food tracker is a key thing that I in particularly do. It really allows for better planning into your day and into your week. I have a selection in my tracker of 12 custom recipes, ranging from a smoothie to like a cookie, a high protein cookie, or a chocolate mousse that I really like, that I can pull from and populate into my tracker, knowing the foods that I am going to make and eat throughout that day. This way, when it comes to dinner, I sort of know what's left over in my bank, or maybe for lunch, if I pre-populated breakfast and dinner, maybe I know what's sort of left over in that bank, so that I can build my meals from there. This also works so well if you are going out for dinner. so that you can play around with the meals within your goals. And again, this isn't tracking isn't for life, but when you're trying to create some awareness, you're trying to create better habits, or in particularly you're going through a fat loss phase, this allows you a little bit more planning, less overwhelmed, and it again makes it more sustainable too as well. You'll feel more in control, and then because you're incorporating some of these yummy foods, you could feel like it's actually sustainable. Last one is all about movement and exercise, and the key here is to find what is both fun and honestly manageable, right, for your week. Working out every single day in the gym is not manageable. So planning certainly has a key component to that. But again, trying to incorporate fun things. But at the same time, you have to give yourself a bit of a reality check, because at the end of the day, we know that certain activities will either build muscle or not build muscle. And so we know that muscle, building it, is going to improve our metabolic health. It's going to improve better blood sugar, improve our energy, boost our weight loss results. So you need strength training to be part of the plan. But you don't necessarily have to be, it has to be the only thing that you're doing throughout your week. I was a hardcore yogi for eons, and then the pandemic forced me into the gym, not really at the gym at the time, but into a home gym. And I didn't like it for the first maybe week or so, but then I started to get into the habit of it, and then I started to see that my body was changing in a positive way. And my mental health improved, my strength improved, my energy improved. It's very much worth giving strength training a chance. If you're not into it, you have to give it a chance, but at the same time, still incorporating things that you love. I'm going to share some comments that further solidifies this, fun, balanced, sustainable way of weight loss that can still allow you to get the results that you want. All of these women were looking to create better habits, eat more, not less, eat more, not less, and lose weight along the way. One of these clients right here, I had mentioned to her that she'd lost 2 inches off of her waist, and she was only on week 3 of a program. And she says that she actually noticed it as well, but was surprised and wasn't expecting that, which I thought was really interesting, because she just assumed that 1, it would take much longer, but 2, that it really wasn't achievable to still be able to enjoy the things you love and lose weight along the way. This client, what she says that she loved about the program was that she started, for the first time in her life, started to make changes that felt more sustainable, and that she was able to enjoy life more as a result of the improved balance. So key to incorporate the things that you love in it and feel like it's doable and sustainable along the way. Last one is, from somebody who lost weight, and for the first time in her life, she felt like she wasn't on a diet. She's just eating healthy, being more active, and wow, she's losing weight. Or as she says it, I'm losing weight. It's amazing. So it can happen in balance, can happen and still be fun, and you can enjoy yourself in the most sustainable way. But it is a lot about, curbing those expectations, having a conversation with yourself, planning a little bit better, and having fun with it along the way. Be sure to subscribe to this channel. It's so important. And as always, I will link a few things in the comments or in the profile too as well, on some resources that can help you, programs that can help support you, free resources, free freebies as well along the way. And if you have any comments, please be sure to add them into the comments section. I so appreciate it.